Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So my name is Celine, and if you're new here, welcome. So in my videos you just have to pick a group, and today I have prepared 3 groups for you to choose from. All you have to do is just go to the description box or in the comment section, and you just have to click on each of the timestamps. So if you choose group 1, for example, you just have to go down to the description, and then you just have to sort of click on the timestamp, and you will be redirected back to your reading. So for group number 1, we have the Kitty Korin Tarot deck with the rose quartz. For group number 2, we have the Crybaby Tarot deck with the black tourmaline. And for group number 3, we have the Wade Smith Tarot deck with the Sea Train. So just take a moment, you can pause the video or you can meditate on the groups. Just pick the group that you feel the most drawn to. Use your intuition and pick the group, and I will see you at the click of your timestamp. Alright, welcome group number 1. If you chose this group 1, this is the reading for you. And let's take a look at the rose quartz. It is all about self-love, healing, and communication. So if you need some sort of love, healing, or communication, you might want to use it at your home. And let's just get right into your reading. What is the purpose? Why are you put on this earth? The Fool card tells me that you are going to be sort of like having this value of your curiosity lead you on a path of the purpose in your life. So learning is all about lifelong journey, and it takes very, very long time. And the Fool card tells me that your purpose has to do with your journey of learning. It could be personal learning, it could be professional or academic level of learning, right? There are many different types of learning, so we cannot just zoom down to just one type. It could be your personal growth learning as well, like your life experience, you learning from your life experience. I want to know more, so let's see. So so this is going to be about the lifelong journey that I told you. Learning takes such a long time, right? So this is in connection with the Fool, and this tells me and confirms me that your purpose is tied to it doesn't end with your career. It is just lifelong process of learning, and you are just on a quest to fulfill your thirst for your knowledge, curiosity, and you are on this earth to learn as much as you can. And it can be academic wise, it could be about science, humanities, psychology, but I can see you working or doing something, your purpose serving other people with your sort of knowledge and wisdom, and the sort of just the resource that you have, like giving those things to other people. That is what I can see you doing, group number 1. So I want to know a little bit more. Let's see. And remember that whenever you self-reflect, it is also learning about yourself. So learning can be about yourself as well. So I want to know a bit about what exactly is going to be in your life, what roles, right, that you can fulfill in your lifetime. So I actually see this as some sort of like researcher, you doing some sort of research that takes a while, and that takes a while to learn, that takes a while to research, and or like being a psychologist, that takes a while to get the degree, certificates, and just the experience and the wisdom, and you just using both your brain and heart. So your purpose in this life is sort of like to use not only your brain and your curiosity, but also your heart. That is what I can see, group number 1. And I believe that you might be resonating or take the message as you find it fit, group number 1. This is about general reading, so I want to give you as much ideas as possible. So it can be about being an educator on YouTube, it can be about teacher, it can be about just you doing something you like to learn and you just spread that knowledge to other people. So learning can be just that, right? And your learning journey, it doesn't really stop there, I feel. So I want to know if that is true. Okay, so this card confirms me that your learning journey, this card is sort of, as you can see, right? This is giving people the wisdom, resourcefulness, and your learning journey doesn't end from you just learning. It ends, or rather, it's all about like you spreading that knowledge to other people. So it is all mixed and flown and flew in and mixed all together in that sort of way, right? And what you do has a lot of impact on a group of people. So let's say that you are a researcher or you share your life story. You might not think that you resonate or you speak for other people, but when other people listen to your life story, they just know that they can relate and learn something like your wisdom from you. So you are rather like going to be very much so wise. Your purpose is to touch on to the deep subjects. So yeah, the deep subjects that make people feel very much so emotionally fulfilled. So dark, deep subjects. Think about your life story that is unique to you. Perhaps you have dealt with like very unfortunate things such as difficult environment or difficult childhood, and that type of is leaning towards unique life experience most people don't share, right? And you share what you learn from growing up from those experience into loving, kind adult. So when you share those type of experience, you sort of like you learn from those experience, right? And then you share them. So it's something that most people do not really like look deep down into themselves. So people will be very drawn to you, and whenever you learn something like so obscure and something that's just out of the norm, you just draw a lot of people in, and your role will have a lot of impact more than you think you will. So that is what I can see so far, group number 1. And I can also sense you being a leader of some sort of like, for example, you'll be the lead researcher or the person who brings up fresh ideas that takes a long time. And in order to start something fresh and new on your own, that will take a long time, obviously. And you'll be the people that other people will look up to. So let's say that you share your life experience that will make you very much so admired by. So that is exactly what I can see from all your readings so far. So you can be scientist, you can be researcher, or you can be some sort of the social worker, but I can see you working in the academic fields a bit more, and something that involves a lot of learning, right? So but it doesn't end there. It has human, emotional impact that you bring to what you learn and spread to the world. So it feels more personal at the same time academic. So it's sort of like you know how to bring both human side and the academic side together. So I can sense a lot of psychology as well. So it could be that your role might be being a counselor, psychologist, psychiatrist, doctor, or those types of roles that combine not only academic knowledge, but you also need to have some humanity insight that goes into diagnosing or some sort of like just being able to bring patients to a calmer mindset, right? So yeah, King of Pentacles tells me that your job is going to offer you a lot of money and fulfillment. It will be like prestigious almost and it's because you do it with passion. You know how to connect the two dots together, or rather you would be the leader, top lead researcher or top psychiatrist, or you will be well liked by the people, by the company, and by the community. You will be well liked. That is what I can see, because you not only use your knowledge, but you also use your heart to do your purpose, which is to learn and to spread, to use what you learn. I want to know the challenges you might face. Four of Wands tells me that sometimes you feel as though you should stick with just one path that you decided for the rest of your life. But remember, one, learning is your purpose in life. Learning is not only about learning one thing only, right? So remember not to limit yourself to just one path, but also to many paths. You don't have to stay in one path for the rest of your life. You can learn many different things. Let's say you have been in a field for many years. Well, you can still choose to be a dancer or some sort of like you learn how to be creative, a painter, so you don't have to buckle or set yourself down for just academic route, but you can also start learning creative things. So you don't really have to be like, okay, I can just choose this and be done with it. When you're curious, learning doesn't stop there, so you can just learn many things. So just like this Six of Cups, okay, and let's say this other card, Justice card, okay. So Six of Cups tells me that your job is definitely your purpose is definitely involving being generous with your knowledge, resource, and other people do see you as this comfort energy in their lives. So Justice card definitely confirms that you do not need to have the decision about your life purpose or your career path made at once and stick to it for the rest of your life. So be open to it and don't limit yourself to just one type of job or one type of thing, because just use your value of learning, right, to your advantage, and make sure that you are not blindsided to other important things in life, which is you are free, human, you can do whatever you want in your life. Don't just make one decision and stick with it just because you've been doing it for a long time, right? Like a suck and cost fallacy type of thing, right? So you need to make sure that you know when to give up, and perhaps that's why Justice card comes up and the Strength card comes up. They might be in connection to each other. So take it as it is, and these are all the challenges that you might be facing and the messages you might want to hear about your purpose, group number 1. So I really hope you enjoyed your reading, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and set the noti, and I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Alright, welcome group number 2. So if you chose this group, this is your reading, and this is the black tourmaline that you have chosen. Black tourmaline is all about protection, purification, and sort of just being grounded. So if you need some sort of protection or groundedness or some sort of like purification, this is the stone that you might want to keep with you. And let's see the card that is for you. So the Tower card tells me that whatever your purpose in life, it has to come after sort of like you shedding the things that you don't need in your life anymore. And it could be things like internal things such as self-doubt, or it could be things such as external things such as moving to a new place or a new location. So your purpose in life comes after sort of giving up on the things that you don't need anymore. It could be external things like sort of like not being motivated enough. So King of Cups and the Justice card tells me that your purpose in life is all about the nurturing side that you have to offer to people and the wisdom that comes along with it. Group number 2. So you are the type of person who is very fair, so your purpose in life has to do with sort of dealing with the justice system. So it could be that your purpose in life is to fulfill being a lawyer or a judge or a prosecutor. So those could be the literal purpose of your life, which is to work in those types of fields and the roles, or it could be sort of like political figures as well. Group number 2. So you're the type of person who can be a mayor, right? So you're going to be the leader of the groups that you are most likely lead. So in that case, your purpose is sort of just someone who is able to bring some sort of clarity to a lot of people. And yeah, the Emperor card confirms that your role is going to be a leader. So it could be that you are the type of person who do not want to work in a usual normal 9-to-5 work, and because of that your purpose is sort of to break down those 9-to-5 work, sort of like break off away from the corporate world, right? And then just start off your own business and become the leader of your company or organization where people look up to because of your fairness and sort of like just you not exploiting your employees themselves, so they look up to you. So your purpose is just to be like following your own path instead of the path that is expected societally by the people in general. So for example, the rule of the society is you go on a corporate job or just work for other people. But for you, group number 2, you're the type of person who do not want to like follow the crowd and do the boring things that you find to be like very mundane and just do not serve you any purpose. So you would rather like pave your own path and go for it. So your purpose is to find something that you really like or at least are curious about, and then start your own business from there. So that is going to be your purpose, like being an entrepreneur, selling some stuffs online, or sort of like starting your own YouTube channel, being creative about it. But your guides are telling you that you need to let go of the self-doubts that may come from what you want to pursue. So this is like when you're starting your own business, you might think that the market is a bit too saturated or very competitive, but good things take time, right? So even if the market is competitive, just believe in yourself that what you have is unique to the table. So just go for it instead of like being very much so procrastinator, before even you get started on your business ventures, and just get started and see how that works for you, right? So Six of Pentacles, this tells me that you're going to have to give. So what this means is that your role is someone who must bring something valuable to the table for the people, for the audience to see. So it could be your talent. For example, if you're very good at dancing, you might make dancing videos, you might start your own dance studio and then teach other people how to dance. Or if you're very good at like tarot, you can make your own tarot YouTube channel and then start that business, and then you can sort of share that skill or knowledge with others. So whatever the skill that you have, group number 2, your purpose in this life is to sort of like tone that skill, right? Cultivate that skill to a greater level so that people can take something from you, learn something from you, so that you can start your own business, the one that people will look up to you and just know that they are getting that good quality from you. So Four of Wands, this is all about the right path for you. So you might be wondering like whether or not what your skills are, like they should be just hobbies or sort of like be a career, right? So this is in connection with Seven of Wands, so make sure that you don't let the external expectations of what your career should look like and stop you from like pursuing your dreams in the first place. Sure, like some of the skills can be, for example, cooking can be hobbies, but if you get creative with it, right, like making really cool cooking videos, it can make a lot of money and it can make a lot of good audience who is also interested in the same thing, but you could add your own personal touch to it and then bring your own people, your own audience. So Four of Wands tells me that you might have those doubts, but make sure that you try to bring something unique to what could be a bit generic, right? So your role is to bring something unique that is to you only. So be your own leader, be your own creator, and be your own unique creator. That is what I can see. And Page of Wands tells me that you're going to be exactly that type of person who has it within you. So you are going to have to make a lot of like calls, communications, and also a lot of like requests to companies at first in order to get recognized. So you are going to be needing to go like very action oriented when it comes to fulfilling your purpose. And that could mean that if you're a writer, right, you might want to reach out to the publication companies over and over, and of course you might feel like the market is very saturated or you cannot possibly make writing your like full-on career at first, but that's okay. You just have to go ahead and connect, right? Build your own network of people and support and the companies that you might need to be in touch with, or the people you might need to be in touch with, group number 2. So yeah, the Temperance card tells me just work on your skills that you already have and then make sure that those skills are elevated to such a good level that you know you have something unique to bring to the table, group number 2. This is all about cultivating your already existing skills, or perhaps picking up new skills that could potentially help you fulfill your purpose in life. So your purpose in life is to like develop a lot of skills, personal skills that are fun to you, right? Not generic, but something that's very different from other people. Something that's not like 9 to 5 work, but rather something you feel like you can have fun with doing, right? Group number 2. So you're the type of person who might tie your work to your sort of your happiness, and that's because you're the type of person who does things with passion and not just because you want the money. So your purpose in this life is to find the work that you find it to be very fun and not like work, as to say. Of course, all work will feel like work, but for you, you want to be working at a job where it doesn't feel like you're working, right? So your purpose in life is just to find that unique thing that makes you feel like you're not working at all. So it could be about making your skills or making your skills, personal skills or hobbies into a career. So your purpose in life is all about finding those roles that might be fit to you. So I can see you like working a lot of part-time job while you sort of develop your skills on these things. And 10 of Wands tells me that you are able to take it easy as it comes. You're all about rest and giving yourself mental rest. So group number 2, your purpose in this life is to just not be too hard on yourself and just do things with passion and find things that you actually like to do for fun. And you know what people say about doing our hobbies, turning those into work? Well, your purpose in this life is actually just really living the exception, like example of doing your hobbies as a job but still not really seeing it as a job until the end of your life. So group number 2, that is what I can see for you in your reading, and I really hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please like, subscribe and set the notification, and future videos are coming out very soon, so free tarot card readings coming out very soon for you. Please look forward, and thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Alright, welcome group number 3. So if you chose this group, this is your reading, and Citrine is all about success and sort of like joy and just money stones. So if you want money, success and those joy, then this is the stone that you might want to keep in your home. And what is the purpose in this lifetime? Okay, so for you, this is all about making like meaningful relationships, your purpose in life. So happiness is all about, you know, how we determine our success is having a rich home or some sort of like big car, big house and big bank account balance, but most of the time it's the quality of like social relationships that we have, right? Like how many people we can count on in our lives that actually makes us really happy and really successful deep down emotionally. So group number 3, your purpose in this life is to just cultivate those meaningful relationships and live a happy life that is true to you, like something that is not expected by society, but something that's true to you, something that makes you happy on a personal level. Group number 3. So 8 of Swords tells me that whenever you are sort of like having these feelings of doubt about the people in your life, you tend to be a bit hard on other people in your life sometimes. So because you have such high expectation about who you let in, so because of that you might fall into the mindset that okay, I shouldn't have let this person in my life. But remember that life is all about people coming and leaving. So yeah, of course, maybe you were treated unfairly, but dwelling onto those past events is not going to be good for you either, group number 3. And I will be honest with you in my reading as much as possible. So I hope you can appreciate my honesty. So try to move on from the past, and because that is for the best too, right? For your mental health too. And remember to just give and take as much as you can without overexerting yourself as well. And 8 of Wands tells me that whenever you are having the idea and a lot of the things that you want to do, you're the type of person, your role is to just go in quick and be very assertive. So your purpose in this life is to make the meaningful social relationships where you might need to take a lot of initiatives, right? So you might be the employer instead of employee as well when it comes to career. And Page of Wands tells me that whenever you are sort of like thinking about life and everything, you're the type of person who is very much so communicative, and you do actions before you see it. So your role is definitely an action taker. Your role is to become bold, and imagine like this type of person, salesperson, right? So your purpose in this life is something like a salesperson, right? Going into this friendship and taking a lot of initiatives, making plans, but not in a way that is respectful to other people's boundaries and need of privacy and alone time as well. And because you're the person who has everything that it takes when it comes to your goals and just friendships. So Six of Wands tells me that whenever you are sort of like I feel as though you're the type of person who might be a bit on the popular side, or rather you sort of value a lot of people's opinions. So I imagine you being like a celebrity almost. So I feel like your purpose in life is just to find a group of people that you feel very much so in tune with, and people that you can see the future with. So it feels as though if you're the type of person who is already very successful, as to say, you might need to have the connections that are of quality rather than quality. So you're put on this earth to do exactly that. Just surround yourself with the people who makes you feel and see the good things in life, who supports you and not reject you. And the person that you are supposed to be with is a person who is very much like a person who is able to give and take. So you're here to sort of like very like wholesome energy, right? You're here to give what people take, and you're here to take what people give too. So sort of like this very much connection wise, very much wholesome energy is what I can see. So what I mean by this is your purpose. Think of like the rose where you give and take equally at the same time. So imagine being a mother. So of course you might not feel like it's a give or take is equal a bit much, but when you're a mother, you're able to not really weigh out what you give and take in a very like calculative way anyways, right? So imagine the roles of being mother, father, very good parental figure, or a very good counselor, or very good teacher, or a very good friend, right? That is your purpose in life. Just by being you, being nurturing, being kind, and just being assertive, you're the type of person who sort of maybe welcomes everyone to your life. And because of that, you might need to sort of like feel as though you let out some wrong people in your life and gets trapped in those type of self-victimization mindset. But you're the type of person whose purpose is just to come and give and show everyone that they belong on this earth. So you're like a mediator, and you're the type of person who mediates people's peace, brings people peace. So you're you're the type of person, your purpose is to just play the peacemaker, right? In every group, work situation, school, or any other types of situations you can think of. You're here to serve that purpose where you just go without really thinking, and you just brings everyone in together. And you're the type of person who might need to go into self isolation mode alone in order to recharge sometimes, but most of the times you bring people in together. So you could be working in social work settings, right? That could be the role that might fit you. So social worker, someone who works with the underprivileged people, right? So it could be that you are the type of person who is very open and non-judgmental. So because of that, your purpose in this life might be to bring the long lost families together. Like imagine the immigrants who have been separated from their families, but your job is being a social worker, for example. You bring those people together again after getting like money for them, raising money for them. So your purpose in life is just that, just having a very rich, fulfilling, emotionally fulfilling job that brings people in together and make it not only in your work but also in your personal life. You just sort of are the peacemaker who brings people in together, and if people in your friend groups are fighting, you don't really hesitate to bring them in together because you're the type of person who is fair to everyone, right? You see the both sides in all of the situations, so you tend to be very much so forgiving, but not to the detriment of your own well-being. You're forgiving, but you also hold people accountable. So your purpose in this life is just being a very reliable, trustworthy type of person. And let's imagine it. You are the type of person people go to whenever they have some sort of troubles or advice that they need to seek out. So you're just that type of like reliable wall that people want to lean on. So that's such a very wholesome energy I get from you, group number 3. So you are just, when you're older, right, you're going to be surrounded because of this purpose in life to help people and sort of just help people, help community, help people bring together with such wholesome energy. When you're older, group number 3, I can see you just having such a rich social life, social friends, and just having lots of party. And you're the type of person who doesn't feel to live life like youth as well sometimes, and you just don't really take yourself too seriously either, and you are just a person who is emotionally intelligent, curious. You know how to read between the lines. You do very well in social settings. So your purpose in life is sort of like your roles could be in social settings, sectors, and sort of like a role where you can help people. Okay, so group number 3, this is all the messages that you need to hear and all the purpose and all the ideas that may be of your purpose. So take the messages as they are true to your group number 3, as this is a general reading. So, and thank you so much for spending time with me, and I hope to see you in my next video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and set the notification.